my name's Karen, and oh, were you? Oh, yeah. Come to the front of your mat, and let's begin this flow practice. Take mountain pose. Just take a moment to arrange your foundation and to find length in your body. Close your eyes for a moment and bring your palms together to heart center. Begin to deepen your breath. As your breath deepens, sense the bit of movement this brings. Try to honor the rhythm of your breath as we move. So keep it slow. This will give you time to move carefully. Next time you breathe out, settle your arms down by your sides. And as you inhale, sweep your arms up. Now bend your knees, fold forward from your hips. Let's move right down to Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Inhale to a halfway lift. And exhale, fold in. Now bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. As you exhale, bring your arms down, clasp your fingertips just behind your back, and inhale, roll your shoulders back. As you exhale, bow back to Uttanasana, lift your knuckles up. Inhale to hold. And exhale, bring your fingertips underneath your shoulders. And then breathe into a halfway lift, lengthening. And exhale, forward fold. Now let's take this one up to stand. Press away from the ground, rise up, reach up. And bring your hands through heart center down by your sides. We'll do that one more time. So inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold from your hips, Uttanasana. Inhale, a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees deeply. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, hold chair, interlace your fingers, and then breathe in to roll your shoulders back. Exhale, bow in, lift your hips and hands. Inhale, holding the forward fold. And exhale, release your fingertips down. Okay, breathe in again to a halfway lift. And fold in as you breathe out. Okay, let's come up to stand. Inhale to rise and reach. Bring your hands through heart center and by your sides. Okay, let's move again. Inhale, reach up. Bow forward as you exhale. Inhale, halfway lift. Now step your right foot back. Rest your right knee down to the mat, low lunge. Inhale, lift your upper body, your arms. Exhale, holding the lunge. Breathe out fully. And then a slow inhale. As you exhale, take your hands to your inner left foot. You pull your left foot down your mat, stretch it out. Bring your left hand under your shoulder. Breathe in, reach your right hand forward. And as you exhale, curl your elbow towards your knee. And then inhale to reach out again. And exhale to curl. 2 more times. Inhaling. And exhaling. 1 more. And a full exhale. Okay, bring your knee down, your hand down. Walk your hands ahead, downward facing dog. So lift your hips up and back. Let's take a moment to stretch between your finger pads and your sitting bones and let your neck relax. Now, as you breathe in, slowly come forward to plank pose. Your knees can be up or down. As you exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga, and then rest your hips on the ground, untuck your toes, cobra, bhujangasana. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now as you breathe in, float your left leg up to 3-legged dog. And then step your left foot forward, up to your left hand, warrior 1, so a little shorter stride, pin your back heel down, breathe in to lift up. And let's exhale to hold warrior 1. Now as you inhale, draw your tailbone down, lift your chest and your fingers. And as you exhale, draw your hips back, lean forward, stretching out your leg, hands to your heart or arms back. And then inhale, warrior 1. And exhale, lean. lengthen. So either hands to heart or reaching. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Okay, stay leaning forward. Bring your left hand to your left hip and your right hand either to a block or the ground underneath your right shoulder. And then lift your right heel up off the mat so your hips are square towards the front, and roll your left hip back. Now as you breathe in, reach your left arm wide and up. And as you exhale, bring your left hand down. So in and out of the twist. Inhale, reaching to open. And an exhale to close. 2 more, inhale. And exhale. Okay, 1 more time. And exhale. Now bring both hands down and bend your left knee. Step your right foot forward and come up into a halfway lift, lengthening. And then hold the halfway lift, bring your hands to your heart. Breathe into a long spine. And then exhale, bend your knees, sitting down in chair. Let's take an inhale this way. And then exhale, twist towards the right. So bring your left elbow down, right shoulder up, and let's take a few breaths turned to the side. So your palms can stay as they are planted into try that again, planted into each other, or reach your fingertips apart from each other. Okay, 1 more, slow breath in. As you exhale, unwind, bring both hands down, lift your hips up, and then a slow releasing inhale, lengthen halfway. And bow in as you breathe out. Let's come to stand. Inhale to rise and to reach. And then mountain pose as you exhale. Let's pause in mountain pose for the inhale. And a slow breath out. Okay, inhale to reach up. Exhale, bow forward, Uttanasana. Breathe into a halfway lift. As you exhale, step your left foot back, low lunge. Push down through your right foot. Inhale to rise. And an exhale to settle down into the lunge. Take a slow inhale to lift through your chest, your fingertips really reaching, and then lean in. Bring your hands to the inside of your right foot. Draw your right foot back. And your right hand comes under your right shoulder, but reach your left fingertips forward. Now catch up with your breath with an inhale. As you exhale, bend your right knee, left elbow, hug them in, and then inhale to extend. And exhale to curl. Inhale, opening. And exhale. 1 more time, slow breath in. And a full breath out. Okay, bring your hand and knee down, downward facing dog. Curl your toes, lift your hips, lengthen out your spine, relax your neck. And then stay firm through your hands. And as you inhale, roll forward to plank. Again, your knees can be up or down. As you exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. So this can take you to cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. As you inhale, float your right leg up. Step your right foot forward, preparing warrior 1. So stay facing the front of your mat. Inhale, rise up. And an exhale to settle into the lunge of your right knee. Now draw your tailbone down, lift your chest, breathe into reach. As you exhale, stretch out your front leg, lean forward, hands to your heart or arms back. And then inhale. And exhale to lean. 2 more, breathe in to rise up and reach. And exhale to dive in. And 1 more time. And an exhale. Stay leaning forward. Bring your right hand to your right hip, your left hand to a block or the ground. Then spin your back heel away from the mat so your left hip comes forward. Roll your right hip back. The next time you inhale, reach your right fingertips wide and up. And then exhale to lower. 3 more, inhale, open. And exhale. Breathing in a wide reach. And an exhale. And then 1 more. and exhale. So bring both hands down, bend your right knee, step forward with an inhale, and bow in with an exhale. Inhale, again, a halfway lift. Let's pause in this one. As you breathe out, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen your chest forward. As you exhale, bend your knees. So lift your chest and turn towards the left. Revolved chair. So place your right elbow down and push in to help lift your chest. Your hands can remain at heart center, or you can open through your hands. Create space through your neck. Draw the tips of your shoulder blades down your back. 2 more breaths. And when you exhale, unwind, hands down. So as you breathe in, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Okay, let's rise to stand. Inhale to lift up and reach. And then bring your hands down to heart center. Okay, so take a moment to pause. With a little bend in your knees, shift your weight into your left foot. Lift your right heel. Lift your right foot so it's hovering. We're going to take a step back to warrior 2. So reach your right toes back, let your toes land, spin your heel flat, open your arms nice and wide. So we're going to take a little bit of a rocking motion side to side. As you inhale, lean towards the right. And then as you exhale, lean towards the left. Okay, 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Great, and 1 more time. Okay, now hold, leaning forward. Turn your palms up to the ceiling. Begin to move your right arm so it can come right up overhead, or you can continue to reach your fingertips forward, and maybe you lift your left arm a little higher so both your fingertips are reaching away from your sitting bones. Try to lift from your lower belly to your spine and hug your feet actively in towards each other. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Now, reach your fingertips wide, straighten out your left leg, pull your left hip back, Trikonasana, triangle pose. So maybe your left hand comes down towards a block or the ground. And then turn your right palm forward and again, stretch your fingertips forward, but this time you're really reaching your right hand away from your right hip and roll back through the right side of your rib cage, and maybe your gaze turns towards the ceiling. And then look down, bend your left knee. Bring your hands down around your left foot. Let's step back, 3-legged dog. So lift your left foot up and let your left hip float above your right one, and then put a bend into your right knee. So let's breathe in this way. As you exhale, draw your thigh into your chest, your nose towards your knee. Now as you inhale, plank. So step your left foot back, chest forward into your vinyasa. Exhale, lower. And then breathe in to lift up. And exhale, downward facing dog. Now from down dog, breathe in, lift your heels a little higher. Exhale, bend your knees, look forward, steps or hop bring you forward, halfway lift. And bow in as you breathe out. Okay, then take your time, come up to stand. We'll meet in mountain pose. Bring your hands to heart center. What happened? Okay. All right. So shift your weight to your right foot, bend your left knee. You're gonna yoga bomb this class. Yeah, step your left foot back, a long stride, bring your toes down, your heel down, and then open your arms out wide. And lunge your right knee over your right heel. Okay, so we're moving back and forth, and inhale, lean to the left. Exhale, lean to the right. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. One more. Okay, so this one we're holding. Turn your left palm up to the ceiling, actually both hands up, and then reach your left arm either right up or forward, and then your right arm could come up and match that angle too. Hug your right hip back, hug your feet towards each other. 2 more breaths. Okay. Take your arms open wide, stretch out your right leg, draw your right hip back. If you have space to lean in a little further for triangle pose, and go ahead. And then let's extend, so push down through your left heel, turn your left fingertips forward, and then reach forward. So you're trying to create lots of space through your lower back. Space that may allow you to turn your chest and turn your gaze sideways or even up. Bend your right knee, look down, bring your hands down. So come into a runner's lunge, and then lift your right leg up and back, three-legged dog. And as you do, float your right hip, and then bend your right knee. Now let's breathe in this way. As you exhale, bring your right thigh into your chest, round your spine, then inhale to plank. And exhale, bend your elbows, chaturanga. Here we go to the back bend, your choice. And exhale, downward facing dog. Okay, now walk your feet halfway up to your hands and your hands back halfway to your feet. So you're in the middle of your mat. Crow pose or malasana squat. So I'll take malasana if Chris wants to do crow. Take your feet a little bit wider and your toes wider than your heels for the squat. If you're moving into crow pose, you can keep your feet as is, but bring your fingertips down, lift your heels, and wrap your knees around your upper arm bones. And then bend your elbows to come forward. If you're in the squat, your hips can be at the level of your knees or lower, depending on what feels good for your joints. And with both poses, try to create a firm connection between your knees and your arms, and draw the center of your chest forward. 2 more steady breaths. Great, now we're going to come to sit down. So however the journey takes you, come onto your seat. And from our seat, just create enough space that you can come onto your back. Let's take this slowly. Take your arms out ahead of you, flex your feet, draw your belly down, chest up, and then lean back a little bit. And your heels can stay down, or you can lift your feet up and slowly expand down. Okay. Now, when the back of your shoulders comes down, bend your knees, place the soles of your feet flat. Walk your heels a little closer to your sitting bones for bridge pose, and press down through your feet and arms. Lift your hips up and try to keep your thighs parallel to one another. So there's a sense of enclosure that you're bringing through your inner leg lines that keeps the balls of your feet firmly connected to the mat. If your arm bones have room to move a little further underneath you, then you can take them there, and your hands may even come close enough to clasp. And let's take 3 breaths. And then open your upper arms apart from each other. Bring your hips down. Reverse posture with your hips on a block or plow pose. So press down through the backs of your legs. If you're taking plow, roll up through your spine, bring your feet back. And if you're lifting your hips up onto a block, you can choose actually a prop of your choice, but take your hips up onto that and then lift your feet up. Now, if you're moving into plow, it's quite a deep forward fold, so feel free to bend your knees and just soften some of the tension of your back body. Bring your hands either onto your back or the back of your hips and create a firm connection, and then try to lift your sitting bones up towards the ceiling so your back stays rounded but as long as you can make it in the shape. And we'll take about 3 more breaths. And then carefully bring yourself back down. And as you come onto your mat, bend your knees again. We're just going to take this twist as one in motion. So take your feet a little wider than your knees and let your knees rock a few times side to side. And when your knees move one way, you're welcome to linger a little bit too, turning your head and taking a breath. This movement is going to lead us towards Shavasana, so if there's anything else in your practice that you would like to get in, then you're welcome to do that, of course. Over here, we'll be moving to Shavasana, so stretch out when you're ready, and let your arms lay down by your sides. Take up some space so the ground can support you. Let's take a slow clearing breath. Inhale. Open your mouth to exhale. Into your body again, maybe your fingers and your toes. And place the soles of your feet to the mat. Roll over to your side. And then bring yourself up nice and slow up to a comfortable seat. Bring your palms together to heart center. So take a moment to offer within a sense of gratitude for taking this time, and gratitude towards our body in its practice of movement. Thank you for sharing. Namaste.